We've been out here having kind of a frustrating trip, guys. Finally. There we go. Nice. He's pulling. Get the net, get the net. That's a fish.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. In this one, we're going to talk about the Dobyns Fury 705 CB crankbait rod. We're going to go in depth. Let's roll the intro. Alright guys, like I said, I'm here today to talk to you about this rod right here, the Dobyns Fury FR 705 CB. According to Dobyns, model number FR 705 CB is a 7-foot, one-piece rod that is suited for 8 to 17 pound line. It is best suited for 1/4 to 1 ounce weight baits. It is a medium heavy, moderate fast action rod. Once again, according to Dobyns, it is best suited for, and I'm reading right off the rod here, crankbaits, jerkbaits, Sammys, lipless rattle baits, LV 500, Stacy 90. So those are a few of the baits that Dobyns recommends. In this video, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I think about this rod. I caught a ton of fish on it. I've been throwing it a lot, using it just about every time I've been out on the water from the end of summer all the way now into the middle of winter. Here we are in January of 2020. Before we get too deep into my thoughts on the rod, why don't I let you guys watch me catch some fish on the rod. I went out and I caught some chunk throwing around this curved finesse lipless crankbait from 6 Cents Fishing. Didn't really get enough done to make a full video out of it, but I was out there using this rod the whole time. So I thought I would include it here, let you guys watch me smash a few, and then we'll come back here. I'll meet you guys back in the office and we'll talk a little bit more about this fishing rod and go a little bit more in depth, and I'll give you guys my official review of the Dobyns FR 705 CB crankbait rod. Spoiler alert, I love it. So rip off, head out onto the water, catch a few fish, and I'll see you guys back in here. All right, let's go.
There we go. That's a fish. For sure, that's a fish. Finally. It's a nice fish. That was 2 fish at first, I think. No, it's just a nice fish. Sweet, dude. Finally. Dude, I've been out here for a while with nothing. That's the first fish on the day. And he's a chunky eater, dude. Look at this fish and how much he's been. Boy, that's a fat chunk right there. On that 6 Cents finesse square bill crankbait. Dude, that boy's a chunk. So one last look at that, dude. I want another one of those. He smacked the crankbait, dude. Like, we've been out here having kind of a frustrating trip, guys. You know, I had several snags already and got my bait hung up a bunch out here. No bites at all. No fish, not even a whiff of a fish. And then that one right there, I mean, came along and just hammered this square bill, and that is what I was after. That was awesome. He hammerheaded it, dude. Just skadoosh underwater, full-blown annihilation. Give me another one of those, man. Let me find a school of those. I want to be able to pick a few off.
6.5 hours later.
There we go. Nice. Smashed it. Another decent fish. Oh yeah, another chunk, dude. That's an even nicer fish. Smashing a crankbait, dudes. Hell yeah, got him eating. He's supremely hooked. Let's get my boat away from the rocks. You'll be okay, dude. Let me use this on you. Uno, dos. There we go, bro. Nice and easy. Not a bad one right there, man. It's a nice little couple pounds. chunky fall eater. Let's go. We need another one. We need another one. That dude smashed it right here off the rocks, dude. That was cool. No question. Furious Pete there. Storming the gates. See if we get 2 in a row. Can we get 2 in a row? Come on, 2 in a row. I'm trying to find a bunch of them, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find a group of these boys. It's fall time. They should be bunching up here. Where's a bunch of them? Where's the bunches? Now that I found them eating the crankbait, I'm doing this until I run out of light. I'm doing this until I run out of light. Doing this right here until we run out of light. Ski. Oh, there's a point right there, and it just drags bottom so perfectly right there. I see why we got bit, man. It was down there rattling around at the perfect depth. There we go. Nope. Yep. Nice fish. Nice fish. He's pulling. He's pulling. Get the net. Get the net. That's a fish. Yep. That's a. Let's get that. Oh no, he's just a fighter. He's just a fighter, dude. He was dug in, dude. And I thought he was bigger than he is, dude. That fool was dug in. I got excited. Calm down, I'll get you off. Boom. There's another one. Out here cranking at sunset, baby. Let's go. I want some more of this. I want some more of this action right here, dudes. Had him hooked in the head a little bit, so he felt bigger than he is, but hey, there's another one. Let's get this off the deck. All right, there's another look at that chunky fall eater. Let's go, buddy. You got a little battle wound, but you're gonna be okay. Sorry about that. Let you go. He's happier to be back down in the water. Let's get more of that, dude. Right here on the edge, cranking right along the edge, dude. Cranking ledges. That's what's getting it done. Third fish in the boat, 3-piece in a biscuit out here. Been struggling. Been out here since 2 o'clock. It's now 4:30, and I've just now caught the third fish. So let's go, man. Let's go. Come on. That is the ground, sir. It's not a fish. Oh yeah, she gets super shallow right there. All right, it came out. Look at that. That little shelf right there is a ledge, and it's a drop off, dude. And if you don't know where it is, you are running aground with your boaty boat, dude. Ah, shit. There we go. Nice. Got another one, smack it. Thought I was hung up at first, but he hit it way down there on the bottom. He's coming up, or it's a tree, one or the other. Oh no, it's a fish. Oh no, it's a rock. I legit caught a rock, dude. What the hell? A rock. I don't want to break my rod. This is a rock, dude. Like, it's just a full-blown. We caught a rock. It's covered in zebra mussels. Stupid. A rock. What the hell? I thought it was a big fish, man. All right, we need to retie, but I'm making one more cast. Yeah, there are no fish up in the cuts, man. It's all main lake. Go back this way. Try to find some more fish. At least we finally found something that a couple of them wanted to eat, man. Able to get some fish in the boat. That feels good. 3 fish, 1 rock in the boat. So that's cool. Sun's about to be gone. There we go. Come on. Come on, baby. Yes. Come on. Come on. Nice fish. It's a nice fish. Fighting. Yeah, come on. Nice fish. Does not want to come up. Fourth fish of the day is a good one. He's hooked. He's coming up. Whether you want to or not, he's coming up. Dude, that fish. Dude, he annihilated it. You think you wanted that 6th Sense crankbait, baby? Woo! That fool got it in him. Woo! Look at that. Hell yeah. Sunset crankbait eaters, 4 is more. Finally putting a pattern together. Main lake ledges with wind on them. A little bit of wind. Let's see if I can get this crankbait out of this fish. Look at that, no problem. Boom. 4's more, man. Fall sunset chunks. Nice looking fish, man. They've all been about that size. This is a good average, 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. Just nice chunky fall fish. No complaints, man. No underwater release shots or fancy camera work out here tonight. I'm trying to just get it done and put a few fish in the boat, man. It's been a struggle, but we're finding them eating now on the crankbait.
All right, guys, I appreciate you sitting through those fish catches and watching the video. To those of you who have made it this far, thanks for watching along. I was out there throwing this bait right here, 4K shad, curve, finesse, the square bill. It's a new bait from 6th Sense Fishing, a little smaller profile, finesse crankbait. And the 705 CB crankbait rod from Dobyns, the Fury, is a perfect choice for throwing a bait like this. Now, speaking of baits that I've been throwing, let's talk a little bit more about the baits. What I did is I went outside and I went into the boat and I grabbed a few baits that I've personally been throwing on this rod, and I brought them inside so that I could show you here. The first one, you guys already saw me throw it in that video there. Right there, I'll set this off to the side. But here I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple more just to give you guys an example of some of the types of lures that you could be throwing if you were thinking about buying this rod. I've had a bunch of you chime in and ask me what I think about this rod in the comments and the DMs. So that's why I decided to make this video. This one is for you. If you were interested in knowing more about the Dobyns 705 CB, I'm gonna try to tell you guys everything that I can think of in this video right here. So stay tuned, make sure you don't click off. The Dobyns FR 705 CB is really suited for throwing the following baits. First one up, this bait right here is the first bait that I started throwing when I got the 705 CB. It's the old Bill Lewis rattle trap. This is one of their newer sunfish type patterns that they came out with. I'm not sure the exact name of the color, but got me in the thumb there, but that's a really nice, it's a good pattern. I've been smashing them out there on my lake on this exact bait right here. And that is just one of the baits that I started throwing when I got this 705 CB, and it worked great. Caught several fish using that method, and at the end of summertime, the 705 CB did work. The next bait is another bait that's printed right on the rod, jerkbait. You can throw a jerkbait with the 705 CB. A jerkbait is a bait that you don't see me throw often here on the channel. I'll be honest with you, I've never caught a bass on a jerkbait, but I have thrown them, and I have thrown them on the 705 CB, and it did great. Didn't hook into any fish, but the action and how it felt in the hand as I was working the bait, didn't feel like I was gonna have an issue. Did great casting. I was able to fire a jerkbait out there and work it back to the boat. Everything felt good. No fish yet, but stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing me smash them on a jerkbait, because we're about to be in the dead of winter, and I got a feeling I'll be throwing these a little bit more, and I will for sure be using this rod to do it. Stay tuned for that, but let's keep it rolling. Let's roll right along. I'm gonna show you guys another bait. If you guys saw my last video, you saw me out there smashing them on this. This is the Curve 55 from 6th Sense Fishing. It's like a medium diver, I would say. Maybe not too medium, maybe like a schmedium, you know what I'm saying? It's like a schmedium diver, if that makes sense. Just on the other side of square bill. So you can still get away with throwing the Curve 55 on the 705 CB. I've done it plenty, smashed a ton of fish on this rod and this bait, and it's worked awesome. Now there are baits that you don't want to use this rod for, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But the Curve 55 stuck plenty of pigs with this bait paired up with the 705 CB, no issues. Awesome bait to throw on the 705. Definitely recommend that one right there. Deadly dynamic duo. Last but not least, this next bait is the bait that I would say this rod is perfect for throwing. This bait might look familiar to some of you. Chester Cheeto making his appearance back here on the channel. You guys have seen me absolutely annihilate them out there on this crankbait before here on the channel, and I was using this rod the whole time that I was doing it. Chester Cheeto. This is a Crush 50X from 6th Sense Fishing, and I love throwing these square bills on this rod. I feel like out of all the baits that I showed you, this bait and this rod pair up perfectly, but so do the rest of them. It'll work great for anything I just showed you. Really, across the board, 705 CB gets it done for all these baits. With that being said, it does have its limitations. It is a medium heavy, 7-foot moderate action rod. I will say this, when it comes to the power ratings of the Dobyns, they tend to lean a little bit on the lighter side. So a medium heavy moderate action is actually more like a medium, really. It's like a stiffer medium action rod. So anyways, if you get my point, they err on the lighter side of the power. When it comes to the bigger medium divers, the deep divers, and the heavier crankbaits, this rod is just not beefy enough to really get it done without wearing yourself out. If you put too big of a bait on this rod or a crankbait that dives too deep, it will just put a huge bend in the rod and really wear you out. I brought an example of a bait. This is a mini mag from 6th Sense Fishing. It's a 7/8 ounce, 83 millimeter bait. They call it the mini mag, but it's actually a larger profile square bill bait. I picked up a couple of these, and as soon as I got them in my hands, I quickly realized that I didn't even have a rod that I would be able to throw these baits on. Just for comparison, here's the normal Crush 50 from 6th Sense compared to the mini mag. Now they have a mag that's even bigger than this, which I personally have never held or thrown, but when it comes to larger profile baits, deeper diving crankbaits like this, the 705 CB is probably not the best choice. I'm not saying it's not a good rod, that's just me being honest. If you're looking to throw deep diving crankbaits this winter or bigger profile shad baits like this right here, the 705 may be a little bit too small for those applications, but for baits like this, the Crush 50, absolute money. Fishing is so much fun. As you guys can see, I also collect action figures, and I've like totally got away from that, and I just love collecting baits now, man. Baits are like the new action figures. There's one last look at that mini mag from 6th Sense. Even though it's too big for the 705, it is an awesome bait, and I do plan on throwing it. Speaking of that, I just received a new rod in the mail that is gonna enable me to throw larger profile baits like this. I'm super excited to share it with you guys. I'm gonna have an unboxing and reveal video of that rod coming to you guys soon. So if you're interested in seeing what I went with to throw bigger profile baits like this, deep diving crankbaits, and other crankbaits that we may not be able to throw with the 705, make sure you sub the channel. Stay tuned for that because it's coming, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. Now, back to the 705. Like I said, man, I've been fishing with this rod for months, and I love it. For all the baits and all the applications I just mentioned, this thing is a workhorse. For all the rods in the price range, I feel like this is one of the premier crankbait options on the market. You can pick these up at all your major retailers, find them online anywhere. You can expect to see these priced somewhere around $120. If you're efficient and you look hard enough, you can find them for much cheaper. I've had people send me links of these things on sale for as cheap as like 80, 90 bucks. I know you can find deals on them out there, and in my opinion, they are worth every penny. Now that we've talked about the price, let's talk a little bit about the durability. You guys saw there in those clips, man, I horked up a rock off the bottom of the lake. That was pretty heavy. It felt like a giant fish. Ended up just being a rock. So that was crazy, but this thing was it was yeeting over pretty hard, and I feel like I was probably putting too much stress on the rod, more than I should have been. She held up great. Some of you guys who have been around on the channel may remember previously where I was out on the lake and I actually broke the tip off of the first 705 CB. This is actually an exchange. When I broke the tip of that rod, I wasn't thinking, man. Sometimes I can be a bit of a brute or a galoot or a knucklehead, whatever you want to call it, and I just wasn't thinking about the fact that I was using a lighter, more sensitive, more delicate rod, and I stuck it down into the lake to try to get my bait that was snagged out of a tree, and I broke the tip off. All my fault. It has nothing to do with the durability or the build quality of the Dobyns Fury. I feel like I've put that rod through tons of stress since. Boat flipped a ton of fish, boat flipped a rock like you guys saw earlier, and it's held up great, man. So don't give it a second thought. I would personally recommend these rods. I would not lie to you guys. I have nothing to do with Dobyns. You hear me talk about Dobyns rods all the time, but in case you guys are wondering, like, no, I have nothing to do with Dobyns. I'm just a small-time YouTuber. I'm just an everyman like you guys. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies or any of these baits that I'm showing you. Like, they didn't send me these and tell me to show them to you. No, I'm like, I go to the bait shop and I go pick these out individually for myself. This is the stuff that I'm personally using and going out and getting from the bait shop, just like all you guys, man. So don't think this is some kind of sales pitch. I'm really giving you my personal opinion when I post these rod videos. This is me ordering a rod offline, just like a lot of you guys are going to the store and picking up a rod from a bait shop, just like a lot of you guys would. And then me coming home, taking it out on the boat, fishing with it, and then giving you my honest opinion about it. That's it, man. No affiliation whatsoever, so don't get it twisted. This is that real deal over here. No fakes, no gimmicks, no misleading. The reason for me saying all that is because I want you to know that I really do stand by these rods. I really do feel this way. The Dobyns Fury, money. The whole series, man. I have a 734C, a 733C, a 705 CB, all in the Dobyns Fury line. The Fury series 705 CB, awesome lipless crankbait, square bill crankbait, smaller profile crankbait rod, jerkbait rod, all of the above. above, man. You guys are gonna love it. If you've been considering picking one up, go ahead and do yourself a favor, grab one, get out there, fish with it, come back here, leave me a comment, let me know how much you love it, because I know you will. That's gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate you tuning in. If you enjoyed yourself, please consider subscribing to the channel. I put out new fishing videos here every week, content just like this coming at you live and direct in full effect over here on the Justin Royal Fishing YouTube channel. If you really want to help me out, you can click the like button and go down below, leave me a comment. Every single comment gets a reply. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's gonna do it for today. I'll see you on the next one.